In this video, I'm going to show you how I used this sequence with this bass line and this pad sound to make this beat. Let's get into it. What up everyone, Patrick here, aka Patchdog, and in this video I'm going to go through how I created the intro music you heard on the Spice launch video. Now bear in mind this was just a small little intro tune, however it definitely has the building blocks of a half decent tune in there, so I think it's definitely worth doing a breakdown of, as I made sure to record the takes as I was writing and producing it. So I had a blank starting plate for this one, and I started figuring out what to do with an intro, and I ended up doing a type of melody I would actually usually do when writing a guitar song. So sequence 2 I used for bass notes and root notes, and I had that moving at 1 step per bar. And with sequence 1, I just kind of played with a faster solo melody on top, and this is basically exactly how I'd write a guitar song. So sequence 2 would be akin to the power chords and root notes, and sequence 1 the driving higher pitch melody. Anyways, let's take a listen. So obviously I'm just playing with gradually opening the filter here and raising sub 1 to give a bit of extra dimension in the build up. And then I set up some sends and sent it to a reverb pedal, a delay pedal that I high passed and also low passed filtered, just to not have it sound cluttered and keep it subtle and warm, and then a hint of the June chorus. Lovely. And lastly, I also added a compressor on the dry channel, so before the send effects, which I sidechained using a 4 to the floor kick as a trigger. I just liked the way it made it pump and added movement to it. So I liked where it was going from here, so I started adding some drums and figuring out what to do with the drop. And the drums are just samples of mine that I triggered from a sampler. And then by using the Spice with them, I could figure out what I wanted to set. And actually, I just ended up keeping the same melody, but on sequence 1, I set it to 16th notes. And that just added an energy to it, and it had the progression I was looking for. So yeah, let's take a listen. So at this point, I well and truly had the main structure and backbone of the tune. So I then added some bass, which I was initially playing live on the Crave keyboard, but since I wanted to play with the filter a bit more, I just recorded the MIDI of it and just played along to that. Next up is definitely my favourite part of the song, the pad sound. And I just came up with it like I usually do by just jamming along with the little keyboard there until I found a melody and patch that I liked. And I think it gave it a nice, like, haunting quality, and for sure tied the sequence and bass together nicely. So this is the pad sound here. And this time I just added reverb to it, and also like the rest I sidechain compressed it as well. finally, just to thicken up the whole track a bit, I added some more spice tracks, but this time I changed the sequence 1 melodies a bit, just so it would add some nice harmonies with the main riff. And I recorded 2 of them. I panned 1 hard left, 1 hard right, just to make a big fat stereo sounding synth, and I also started them from the intro this time rather than the drop. And when it came to the midway progression part, I also opened up the filter quite hard. And there we have it, guys. That is the full track. And like I say, it's just a short thing that I wrote with a certain structure designed for these launch videos, but I kinda like it. I should probably spend a bit more time with it, make it a full track someday, but anyways, we'll end the video with the full track now. And as always, let the creativity flow, keep the beats alive, and never stop synthing. Until the next one, guys, peace.